Hi Aquarius, here is a general look at your solar chart for October 2014. Now this is a very interesting month because we have two eclipses in October, and it is the summation, the culmination of the eclipse season for the whole of 2014, so really October is quite singular in that regard. And also I made another video about the eclipses of 2014, so that'll give you an understanding of what's been going on. But basically the eclipses have been emphasizing the change and new beginnings, because that's what eclipse energy is about, through the IU axis in the horoscope. So we have this axis going across horizontally, going across the middle of the chart, and also through Scorpio and Taurus. It's also to do with the IU axis, but it's more intimate relationships, and it's relationships with more riding on them, more involvement, and that can be materialistically as well, or materially I should say as well. So anyway, to begin with, the lunar eclipse is happening on October the 8th, and that's going to be in Aries, and that eclipse is going to be pinned to Uranus, so it very much is the amazing potential for change there, but that will be change in important relationships in the area that you are having the eclipse. And for you, that is your contacts, that is your siblings, that's your buddies, that's making new friends, that's making very useful connections, that is putting the word out there on something, that is you as teacher, that is you gathering and sourcing the information and the knowledge that you need, and using it in a positive kind of a way. This is you knowing how to apply that knowledge, how to deliver what you know to others, and how to step into new things. This is a very fresh, innovative energy here, and it will mean that if improvements need to be made in that area there, in your relationships, and in how you're coming across to others, even in the way you articulate yourself, even in the way your use of language, that is a very, very important thing for you to be looking into to see how you can improve, and this eclipse energy is going to help you with that. Now, you need to perhaps square up to whatever is needed to be improved on there, and then that helps you to change your signal, or to make your signal clearer, because we all walk around radiating, we all walk around sort of bleeping out a little signal which is beyond the audible range. But if you just, blow the dust off that with a new kind of approach there, or you just go, aha, this is maybe what I need to do to clean up my act a bit, or to make more of an impression in the way that I want to, or to have the experiences that I need now, or to put yourself in environments where you can have those experiences, then that will make that signal purer, or that will sort of upgrade that signal, and then this will draw to you what or who you need on that new signal frequency. Now, this eclipse is influenced by Uranus. That's your ruling planet, the planet of revolution and awakening, seeing the world kind of through a different filter, walking to a different drum, really. And so the fresher you feel and the clearer you feel about the positive changes you want this eclipse to bring, then the more you're going to be getting out of this eclipse, because you're going to be making up your mind what you're going to be doing with the eclipse energy, which of course will be unrolling for many months, or it can be one or many months after the eclipse itself. This is a lunar eclipse. And if you just kind of even write out a statement of intent, wouldn't it be nice if this, I would like that, or rather don't say that, just say I have this, I have that, and see it very clearly using the eclipse energy in that law of attraction kind of a way. But also, of course, it's not just you who are creating out of this eclipse energy, because the great creative force of the universe is creating and expanding constantly evolving and expanding eternally, all of the time. Beyond time, there is no time. So this universal, shall we call it, energy is going to be manifesting perhaps new conditions or events or turns of events or little surprises which will trigger, which will encourage new growth. Now, this first lunar eclipse is tied to the grand fire trine. This is a configuration in the sky which came in the second half of September and is there over the beginning of October. And this is very inspiring. This is a real gift. I mean, this is in a very good angle to your sun sign as well. And this is an energetic launch pad for new and maybe quite daring new things. So taking a leap of faith on something perhaps, because this could be the rabbit out of the hat. And being honest with yourself about certain changes that need to be made. You know, you're not going to get away with it scot-free, because of course Pluto being in connection, very strong connection with Uranus at the moment, is sort of like the tax that you have to pay on freedom here. Uranus also rules, you know, you benefiting through connecting with a special kind of group of kindred spirits online as well, and then the influence that they have on you or you have on them could also be sort of part of this. But it might not be online. It might be, you know, in kind of, you know, in your locality. So letting go of the old is definitely a thing which is a little bit of the tax here. You know, I have to let go of this old habit. I have to let go of this old expectation. I have to let go of this old way of doing it. And I have to, you know, update and reinvent here. Reinvention is a really big key word with Uranus in this first eclipse, in that communication area, in that area of education for you. Now, the second eclipse is the solar eclipse in Scorpio on October the 23rd. And this one, which you guys over the pond will be able to see in North America, this one will be completing the Taurus-Scorpio series of eclipses and the lessons therein over 2014 around property matters, possessions, deeper feelings, your passions, your deeper feelings, your deeper connections, your deeper emotional connections. But because it's through Scorpio, it means that there are strings attached to this property, these possessions, these deeper connections. You know, there's a joint sharing going on here, or that you don't have a free hand with this energy here. You have to collaborate with others. You've got to cooperate with others to do with, and also to do with finances. So if you've been sifting through things over this series of eclipses in Taurus Scorpio, you will be figuring out things related to those rather materialistic area. But what I'm trying to get to here is the relationships related to that area. So your important relationships and how you saw them, how they saw you, whether that felt right to you, whether that felt wrong to you, and if it felt wrong to you, why? You know, are you putting out the wrong signal? Did you really look into your relationship with yourself? Because if we don't have a good relationship with ourselves, if we don't actually love ourselves, then we are not going to be able to have a good relationship and an appropriate love relationship with others. Even if it's a working relationship, you know, it needs to have that. You need to be able to emit the signal in order to draw to you the appropriate people in either working or very intimate, close love relationships. And this has been the opportunity, this series of eclipses, plus the fact that Saturn's been in Scorpio. So it's not only been 2014, it's been 2013, and right at the end of 2012 as well, that this has been around, and it still will be around. until the end of the year. That's Saturn in Scorpio, and a little bit going on into next year after a little gap of a few months from the end of this year. So anyway, this is the time for you to make maybe some really, put a kick into it, making some deeper self-inquiries. Some things will have been coming to an end because this is a Plutonic sign, and also we have the ongoing Uranus-Pluto transit, which is to do behind upheaval in the world and letting go of the old traditions, because it is the old traditions, it is the old system now which is thrashing its sort of dying breaths and being very, very dangerous, because a wounded dragon is very dangerous. But there will come a tipping point when the new energy comes in more fully. So we've got to go through it to get to the end and do it properly and being very thorough. But to get back to this in your chart, this is sort of like a more personal area for you. So deeper self-inquiry into your feelings and how you relate with others, and what you feel you need to rely on, and who you feel you need to rely on, and why, and issues around control and manipulation as well. So yes, and related to ownership and guardianship and debts due or owed, moral obligations, contracts, deep emotional attachments. And some of you will know that these types of things have been very strongly emphasized over 2014, or maybe it was 2013 as well. But always and ever, it depends on the natal chart to get a really fuller idea of how things are panning out with eclipses and transits and the like. Although this type of astrology, sun sign astrology, still is very much gives us kind of a peek into how things are panning out. Now, what else is going on in October? Well, as the month kicks off, the sun is in a very strong positive angle to your sun sign. It's about expansion into new areas. It's about kicking over the traces, pushing the envelope, trying new things, going new places, meeting new people, escaping the daily grind, if you like, getting out of the box. And travel is recommended, or if not physical travel, then just going to the sort of location that you don't do normally, or sign up for something to learn something new. Also, as the month begins, we have Venus in the same area as the Sun, supporting relationships with those at a distance, far away. You are connecting in a sociable kind of a way with somebody who is not where you are. And or it could be somebody who is quite different to you, somebody from a quite different background, and you're more likely to connect with knowledge or expertise which balances their perspective, or indeed you connect with somebody like a teacher who balances your perspective, somebody who is wiser or more mature and experienced than you are. Travel with a partner is possible at this time as well. Or teaming up with somebody who is actually, across the other side of the world or something, and you collaborated together on something. Also, this is a time when this is the area of publications, broadcasting across a wider stage. So you could be beating the drum on something, putting the word out on something, and you and somebody could be on quite a learning curve together. As the month kicks off, Mercury is in an area to do with discussions and correspondences related to your responsibilities in the world, what you have to look after, what you have to be, what you have to protect, maybe, and also to do with short-term goals, longer-term goals as well, and where you're going from here yourself, but also which direction something that you're responsible for is going as well. and also keeping your ear to the ground and listening to what's going on across a wider stage. And being maybe quite aware of how you're coming across, you know, how yourself or something is being presented. So it's about image as well. But then on the 11th, Mercury goes retrograde and it goes back into Libra, focusing your mind on distant places and travel. So indeed, it's in the same place as the Sun and Venus, so more of the same there. A plan may be forming in your mind, you're collaborating with somebody on that plan, or you are more aware of forms, paperwork of various kinds. You're more aware of schedules, timetables, that kind of thing. And it is a time when you will be more aware of not having the knowledge, so wanting to put the pieces together, wanting to source knowledge. And another way this can work is that somebody else can see you as being the one who has the knowledge, who can actually provide the missing pieces of the puzzle for them. Then on the 23rd, the Sun moves into the top of the chart, which is to do with your overall direction, your responsibilities in life, career matters, professional matters, work, officials, bureaucracy, parents as well. There's quite an emphasis on parents this month too. And just the day after that, Venus also moves into that area, so you can be having a nice connection with any of those sorts of people, you know, people in positions of authority, parents, teachers, people who are just in a position to help you out with something, help you to be successful, help you to achieve a goal, and also take, you know, look upon you in a sort of more friendly kind of a way, take a better view of you or a good view of you. So if you want to put yourself forward for something at that time from the 24th, that would be a good time to do it. Mars is in a very future-orientated, sociable area of your chart until the 26th, and making friends, connecting with groups, and being very active, maybe physically active within a group of others who've got an interest in common. Or it can be that you feel quite competitive in some kind of circle or association or group or club, some sort of working, you know, organization. This is, although that can be going on, you know, because Mars is always a bit feisty and Mars likes to kind of win. However, this is a very progressive area, and it can mean that you get the chance to start doing something that you've missed, that you really wanted to do for a long time, and that can move forward again now. It's quite technology orientated, so maybe things like the internet or the paraphernalia connected to the internet or technology in general is going to be emphasized. And then from the 26th, Mars moves into a more private, inward, healing area of nurture and being very busy and getting on with things behind the scenes, creating something which isn't going to be ready to be presented for a few weeks in the future. Saturn is still in its long transit at the top of your chart, and in slow stages you are redefining, reinventing your place in the world after certain setbacks and difficulties there. And also maybe it's not like that, maybe it's like you wouldn't call it your place in the world, you just call it with certain goals and ambitions, you know, being held back away from them. Saturn, it just says, look, you've got to keep plugging away, you've just got to keep working at it, cultivating those useful contacts, those in authority, the learning that you're doing, and slowly, slowly, slowly the structure takes shape. And you Aquarians born near the beginning of the last 10 days, actually the end of the second 10 days, or with 19 to 25 degrees rising. So the end of the second 10 days and the beginning of the last 10 days, if you understand that, or with 1925 degrees rise, you're going to feel the energy the most this month. Jupiter is opening the way to new growth through close personal or professional alliances. Because of key associations, your horizons will broaden. Others will be interested in your take on things, but equally you will probably be intrigued by theirs. This is a great time to make really interesting new friends, or to be bonding in a love relationship with somebody. It's a great time for that. Partners, colleagues, clients, friends could get you thinking more expansively, and probably you will learn a lot through them, and they're likely to be very, very different to you, not what you imagined yourself going for at all. And you Aquarians born in the middle 10 days, it's going to be in the middle 10 days or the beginning of the last 10 days. You'll feel this energy the most over this forecast period. And that's it for October. If you know your rising sign and your moon sign, listen to those. But also, you might like to listen to the quick video I did about the eclipses of 2014. Also put out another very, very short video, very, very short, maybe just about 3 minutes long. Because when I work with guides. I have done for many, many years, or guidance, maybe you could say, which comes from some consciousness which is more expanded than my analytical little mind. And so this month there is a message directly from that consciousness, which you will also find was put up online about the same time as as this was put up online. And I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you the next time.